Hello, I'm Megan Santini with Santini Educational Consulting, and I got a really good question about portfolio reviews today that I wanted to jump on and clarify in case you have a question about this topic as well. And that is, what is the difference between the language content area and the reading content area? Now, whoever you use as a portfolio reviewer may have a different perspective on this, but for me, I just wanted to kind of describe what I look for in these two areas. So for the content area of reading, I am looking for anything related to the process of reading. Now, someone asked me if there needs to be separate curriculum for reading and language arts, and there does not. You can use one curriculum to cover both areas. You would just submit work samples that relate to reading for the reading part of the portfolio, and work samples for the language as part of the language part of the portfolio. So looking at the reading part, there is a developmental shift that occurs around fourth grade, and it's okay if it occurs later because every student is different. But around fourth grade, there's a developmental shift where a student goes from learning to read to reading to learn. So the learning to read development is learning to be a fluent reader. And then the reading to learn is learning content through the process of reading. So when a child is in the developmental phase of reading to learn, anything that you can provide to show the development of that process would be perfect for the reading content area for your portfolio. So kindergarten, it may be showing how your child is learning to identify letters, their sounds. Maybe it's a rhyming activity or something like that. And then as you progress, I like to see like maybe a video of your child reading aloud, and we can see how the fluency is developing at that point. Another thing that would be great to submit for not only this age group in this developmental stage, but for all the way through, is a book list of the books that the student has read throughout the year, as well as the books that you read aloud as a family. And I would expect as the child progresses through those early elementary years that the list of books would at first be pretty long because they would be short books. And then as they start to make that shift over to reading to learn, the book list gets shorter because the books are longer and more advanced. So that's what I expect to see. I am a big proponent for reading to your kids all the way through. I have fond memories of my mother reading to us when I was in my teens. So I'll definitely include those books if you read aloud to your children. So then the other component or area of the portfolio review of the language part, what I like to see is basically anything in the language arts curriculum that isn't related to reading. So that could be any sort of writing, handwriting, or writing samples, papers that kids are working on. With writing, maybe at the beginning when they're little, it is being able to trace shapes. It is being able to cut. That develops their fine motor skills. It is coloring, and then as they progress, maybe it's handwriting samples, cursive writing samples, copy work. Grammar, any grammar that they're working on can be included in the language part of it. That also can include when a student narrates something that they've read to you. You can take video of that. That shows oral composition, which is the precursor to written composition. Then as the student continues to develop their writing, that can be reports or papers that they are writing that can be submitted. So basically anything that isn't reading can be submitted for language arts. I hope this is helpful as you start putting together your portfolio. I have a video on how to do that digitally, making it really simple to kind of slide things into the portfolio as you go throughout the year. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to me via Messenger or drop a comment in this video, and I'd be happy to clarify anything, give any suggestions with your personal circumstances, and help you get things set up for a great year.